Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Sandal College Boys Section Online Class 2nd Year. My dear students and viewers, Assalamu alaikum. Here is Akhtar Saeed, your English teacher, with another important essay from the examination point of view, that is my favorite personality or my hero in history, that is QUAID E AZAM. Dear viewers, I am going to share the handwritten copy with you for the first time for paper presentation, so that the students may be able to know the paper presentation, how to make the paper presentation to get good marks. What do you think on this humble effort of mine? Please do not forget to share your take in the comment section below. I'll wait for your comments. Let's start the essay, my favorite personality, my hero in history, QUAID E AZAM. First of all, outline. Hero is a man of exceptional qualities. History is full of great heroes. Introduction to my hero, early life and education, political career, a source of inspiration, and last but not the least, remarkable achievement. History is the biography of great men. Anyone can be a hero. In every person there is a true hero inside that shows up every now and then. These are the people who strive to make a difference in the world, big or small, though not all of their great feats are recorded in history books. These heroes help and inspire others to do great things. Everyone does not always see the hard labor that was put into a situation, but they see the results and the harvest of the work that they put in. This is what helps and inspires others to do significant things. Nurture your minds with great thoughts. To believe in the heroic makes heroes. Hero is a man of distinguished valor, bravery, courage, boldness, daring, resolute, and aptitude in war are a hero's characteristics. However, a hero is understood to be different to everyone. Some of them are born, others are made, many are still living, and many others have long died. Important dates and events are usually marked red in the calendar to remind us of their birth or death ceremony. During the celebrations of these events, program speakers take turns admiring to high heavens whatever good they had done for their country. True heroism consists in being superior to the ills of life in whatever shape they may challenge us to combat. When I think of heroes, many names often come to my mind. These people had done a lot of favors, courage, helps, and more of all things for the people who needed them. Every nation has its own heroes. They are men of exceptional qualities and strength of character. With his selfless and sincere efforts, he can mold the fate of his nation. His charismatic personality stimulates the energy, courage, and enthusiasm of the people and welds them into a nation. History is a gramophone in which voices of nations are recorded. History is replete with great leaders. QUAID E AZAM Muhammad Ali Jinnah is the brightest star of this galaxy. I like him because of his marvelous personality and noble soul. His matchless leadership liberated the oppressed Muslims of the subcontinent from the cruel slavery of the Hindus and imperialism. Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing leave behind us footprints on the sand of time. The QUAID's role as the liberator of the Muslims of the Indian subcontinent won him unique place among the modern statesmen. He infused a new spirit of struggle and liberation among the disorganized Muslim masses and made them an invincible force. The Muslims rose to occasion under his dynamic leadership, and got a separate homeland for themselves in the Indian subcontinent. Failure is a word unknown to me, said by Jinnah himself. I would always remember QUAID E AZAM, who has served as a role model for generations to come. He is like a guiding star, providing direction to the people of Pakistan. A hero is someone who understands the responsibility that comes with his freedom. QUAID E Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was born on December 25, 1876, to a prominent mercantile family in Karachi. He was educated by the Sindh Madrasatul Islam and the Christian Mission School. His father, Punja Jinnah, wanted to give good education to his son and kept him away from business. At the age of 16, on passing the matriculation examination, he went to England and studied law at Lincoln's Inn to become the youngest Indian to be called barrister. 3 years later, he became Bombay's most famous lawyer. Self-trust is the essence of heroism. His intelligence, confidence, fearlessness, reasoning and debating power enabled him to make his mark. He adopted English language for his profession throughout his life. Because he was fluent in English language, once Advocate General of Bombay invited him to work from his chamber, but he refused. It was the peak time of his popularity. The heroic soul does not sell its justice and nobleness. After acquiring fame and legal profession, he turned his attention to politics and joined the Indian National Congress. He and his companions tried hard to obtain sufficient reforms for the Indians. He went to England again and organized the Indian students residing there and succeeded in forming the London Indian Association. A hero is a man who does what he can. He came back to India and continued his activities as a zealous Congress worker. He strained every nerve to bring about Hindu-Muslim unity, but soon he found out the selfish hidden motives of his colleagues, the Hindu congressmen. It was mainly due to his efforts that Lucknow Pact was signed by both parties. This pact recognized the Muslims' claim for a separate electorate. But the Congress was becoming entirely a Hindu lobby. He arrived at the conclusion that the Indian Congress was mainly a Hindu body which struggled for the betterment of the Hindus only. Therefore, he left the Indian Congress and joined the Muslim League. Quality, not quantity, should be the measure of one's character. Mr. Jinnah put new life, energy and spirit into the Muslim League and popularized it among the Muslim masses. He demanded for the Indian Muslims a separate electorate and separate posts in government service. He soon became the president of All India Muslim League. He took the idea of bringing Pakistan into existence from Dr. Iqbal's address delivered at the All India Muslim League Council held at Allahabad in 1931 and left no stone unturned to bring it into existence. I don't believe in taking the right decision. I take a decision and make it right, said by Jinnah himself. QUAID E Azam awakened the Muslims from slumber and organized them as a nation. He told the Muslims that the only solution to their problems was that they should have their own separate homeland where they could live their life according to their religion and culture. A man of courage is also full of faith. In the annual session at Lahore in 1940, the Muslim League, under the leadership of QUAID E Azam, passed a resolution demanding independent homeland for the Muslims called Pakistan. which was to consist of Muslim majority provinces of India. Congress and the British opposed the idea, but Mr. Jinnah succeeded in gathering all the Muslims under one banner. Aziz Beg, a top-ranking journalist, writes in his book Pakistan Faces India. As a result of untiring struggle of the Muslims under the selfless and marvelous leadership of QUAID E AZAM, Pakistan came into being on 14th August 1947. At last, the Congress and the British had to yield to the stern will of QUAID E AZAM and a united force of Indian Muslims. Personality is to man what perfume is to flower. It was no less than a miracle to get such a big Islamic state of the world without fighting any battle and without having any army. He was appointed the first Governor General of Pakistan. With faith, discipline, and selfless devotion to duty, there is nothing worthwhile that you can't achieve. Owing to hard work and constant mental strain, his health broke down. He suffered from bronchitis from 1930s. Only his sister and a few associates were aware of his illness. His sister realized that the weather of Karachi is not good for his health. So she took him to Quetta, city of Balochistan, in June 1948. His health had been breaking down under the heavy pressure of national building work. Expect the best and prepare for the worst. QUAID E AZAM passed away on September 11, 1948. He was buried in Karachi, but in reality, he lives in the hearts of all Pakistanis. So long as the country exists on the map of the world, the generations of the Muslims will go on paying homage to this great man. He got an everlasting greatness. A good man never dies. May his soul rest in peace forever. Greatness be nothing unless it be lasting. That's all of today's lecture, dear students. I hope you will appreciate my humble effort. If you have any question, if you have any problem, you may comment in the comment section below and you will find inshallah me there to answer your questions. Till some next lecture, take a very good care of yourselves and your dear ones. Thank you very much.